In this task, we are going to look at adding some titles and text overlays into our work. Now, in the previous video, I clicked on this Controls task button, which changes the view. Sometimes this is easier to use, especially when we're going to add multiple timelines in. So if you haven't got Premiere Rush in this view, click on the bottom tab here, the Control Tracks button, just to expand this out. Now, to add some titles, what we're going to look to do is on the right hand side you have a little circle with a T on it, and if you hover over it, it'll expand with a little preview saying graphics, and as you can see by the little animation which is playing, you can see there's titles that are coming out. If you click on this button, then what you're going to notice is a submenu expands which says add graphic. If we click on add graphic, on the left hand side you're now going to see some titles and transitions. Now what we're going to now do is click on the browse all, the drop down menu here, and we're just going to click on titles for now. This will show you a quick preview of all the different titles that are built in to this software. Now when you decide to use one of these titles, what you're going to do is you're going to click on one, and then you can drag it into your timeline. Now you'll normally notice when this has been added in, you'll have a preview window which is basically will come up and then disappear after it has been added in. If you make a mistake and you think, yep, this doesn't work, click on the delete button after you've selected it, and then it'll be removed from your sequence. If we scroll back and we look to add in some form of title, what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this one. So I'm going to single click on it, hold down with the mouse, drag, and then I'm going to drop it in. Now you'll notice it gives me two options. I can either put it on top or I can put it at the start. Because this is going to be the starting point of my video, I'm just going to put it so that it's right at the start of the video. And as you can see, the loading motion graphics template has now appeared. If you drag the timeline to the front and then press the play button, you'll see a very quick preview of what this looks like. If you wish for the title to be longer, if you click on the end and drag it out, you can see it can be made a little bit longer. All of this is editable. So if we click on the text itself, and double click to highlight all of the text in this text box, you can then change it. If this doesn't work, just click on the options on the side, and then this should select the correct text box for you, allowing you then to highlight everything. What you'll also notice is that as I'm typing in here, the title at the top there changes. On the side, on the right hand side, you have lots of different options. So we can change the font here. You can change the style of the font. You can also change the font size as well. So if we change this from a light to say a semi-bold, you'll notice it doesn't really do anything. That's because we've got to highlight the font first. So if we now go to semi-bold, you can see this font is slightly too big. So if we use the font size and drag this back, you can see now you can make it bigger or smaller using the slider. You can also change the text color by clicking in the text color option here, or you can add some sort of shadowing technique around here. If you decide to change the color, click in the text box color option here, and then use the color picker to change the option as you go. Now you've noticed the background is also editable here. On the side, I have shape background, so if I expand that and then click on the color, I can also change that by using the slider here and choosing a new color. You'll notice there's nothing in this part of the image, so you could potentially put something in the background if you wanted to. Now, if you wanted to get some text to just overlay on one of your designs, as an example, we're going to have something here, enjoy a cup of coffee. If we scroll down to find some text on its own, such as this, if I click, hold down with the mouse and drag this onto a separate timeline, what you'll notice is it'll come up here with title and subtitle. And if we double click to change this, and you'll also notice that if I highlight it, we've still got the same text controls that we've had in the previous slides. Now, if you need to move this or expand it, you can click on it and you can also drag it out should you need to, and you can move it then to a different part of the timeline if you wish to move it to a different part. Now, if we scroll right to the end, let's say for argument's sake you want something to finish. If you then go and have a quick look at one of these, if I click, hold down with the mouse, drag, and then put this at the end of the timeline, you will then have an option to add various different things in. So if we drag the timeline now to the top, you can see this says just insert title. If we try to double click it, you can see nothing's happening, but now if I click on it on the side, on the right hand side, I'll then be able to edit it like so. Contact us today. Again, because you have all of the different options, we can change the colors and we can change the style to meet and match our themes that we like. So that's how you add in some titles and different background to your text as well.